Lojas. And I'm going to explain why. Yeah, women in general are lazy. If you look at the world that we live in, right, everything is built by men, etc. So what I've realized is, since women are naturally lazy, the only thing they really care about is their man and their children.
Do you birth babies? Do you get periods?
I was going to just say that. I was going to get into that.
Our hormones are a freaking roller coaster.
That's
dude.
fine. You have excuses for why you're lazy, but it doesn't change the fact that women are lazy.
This. What do you want from us?
Okay.
Who gave birth to you?
That doesn't change the fact that my mom's lazier than my dad. My mom's lazier than my dad. That's a fact.
You're here because your mom gave birth to you.
Yeah, she's fantastic. But at the end of the day, my dad is the hard worker. He's the reason why we are where we are. So let me go back to what I was saying. So again, notice how I say women are lazier than men, and she says, well, it's because we have periods, etc. It doesn't refute the fact that they're still lazier. Yeah. So let me explain what I mean by this. Okay. And I'm going to bring this all together, okay? Women are lazier than men, and if you don't believe me, look at the world that we have. Men work harder than women in general. The only time women typically work hard is if it's for their man or for their children or their family. That's when women work really hard. A woman would rather be with a family, her man, her child, and take care of them than go ahead and work a corporate job. That's why so many women chase a career. Let me finish my point. Let me finish my point. That's why so many women chase a career and then they'll say, damn, I wish I had a family instead. I wish I had a man instead. So this is why I say women need to compete. Since women typically don't compete in the working world in creating resources and making money to the same extent as men, and we know this because men make more money than women on average because women work less hours, take more vacation time, etc., right? We know women are lazy when it comes to creating resources. You need to get them active about something. How do you get women active? Family and children. Okay, well, when do we know women are going to compete and actually go hard? When it's for a man that they love, admire, and respect, and for a family. So what I'm saying is that when women are competing for men, you get the best behavior out of them. How do you get women to compete? Well, guess what? You have to have men, and then a lot of attractive women, and then the women compete, and then what ends up happening is the best guys pick the best girls. Because if there's a bunch of attractive women, what does a guy do? Okay, I don't need beauty anymore. Which girl's gonna provide me the most value? The girl that provides the most value gets wifed up, gets the last name. And that's how you get the best out of women. Women only compete typically for the best man. That's what I've realized.
But I want to say something respectfully.
Sure.
I have been watching some of the shows, and I think like your country
Content?
Contradictory.
Contradictory? Okay,
Contradictory in yourself in this part. Because like, for instance, like you guys talk in one of the shows, like, okay, like in America, the girls want to go to work and they say like they don't need a man and they want to do everything by themselves. So like right now you're saying like we're lazy because we don't do that. But then everything is about balance because I'm an independent woman and I love a guy who has the balls to say like I'm a man and I am also a provider because I like to feel like, okay, I work, but I also want to feel like I can do something for my man.
Okay.
So at the same time, it is not being lazy. It is like, okay, I gotta do this, but then I also wanna do this and I also wanna be at home helping him and like organizing my time to do like what I gotta do.
That proves my point. Because you want to work to be independent, but the reality is you want a man to provide for you. So,
because if the guy doesn't have like that strong masculine energy, my energy, I'm really feminine, but I have a strong masculine energy.
Okay.
Because like since I'm 19, like I have been like working for myself. I love to make businesses. I love to do those things, but I also like a guy that is like even higher. Because I feel like, okay.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Okay, go ahead.
You said you're a masculine woman. Do you think a man that's very masculine is going to want a masculine woman in return?
Exactly.
He's not.
They don't. But that's where I go. But that's where I go. I like a guy that is really masculine because like my masculine energy goes down.
But he might not want you back.
It depends. It depends.
Okay, how about this?
We also talked on the phone. She likes the masculine guys that brings out her feminine side.
Yeah,
but she will submit.
I get that. I get that. But that's a very foolish concept when women say that. Because let's say I walked around with a dress on Saturdays.
Yeah.
Right? And I was feminine on Saturdays. Do I deserve a feminine woman when I cross-dress on Saturdays? You guys, would you give me a chance if I wore a dress? So why should I give you a chance when you act like a guy sometimes?
Because I don't like a guy. Do you see me like a guy? I like to go to work out, I like to do businesses, and I like to stand by myself.
You're missing my point,
But with my guy, I'm really feminine.
Okay. So what with my girl, I'm really masculine. I just wear dresses on Saturdays.
Oh.
See how your logic is? You see what I'm saying? Like, you pick and choose when you want to be a lady. It doesn't make sense.
But it is not like that I'm choosing to be a lady.
Yeah. Different because like she's talking about like the energy, like from inside. Know the way she looks. You're talking about the way you look as a girl. Of course, we're not gonna pick you if you look like a girl, but maybe if you look like a guy and when you're sad you cry, it will be like, oh, he has a heart. you know?
But then I want to add something else to that. Like, for instance, like one of my exes, like he's an amazing guy, but then he has a really strong feminine
Not that amazing because you're not with him anymore.
Okay. Yeah, but I'm not going to say bad things about him because he was a great guy.
Did you break up
my
with him?
Point? Yes, I did.
Proves my point even, bro. Yeah.
It gets better. Let me
Make this shit up, bro.
You can't make this up, bro.
But then I'm going to.
Thousands of miles
That's
to
why
Colombia.
it was quiet
Same
when you
stuff,
were
bro.
saying like girls break up with the
Wow.
guys a lot. I didn't have nothing to say by then. But then that's my point. That's my point.
So who's contradictory, us or you?
Both.
Bro.
No, listen to this. Why
Look,
did I do that? Because he
'cause
has like a
well,
feminine energy, so he didn't bring up my feminine energy, and I just can't.
No, but you
compete with
have
that.
your
Can I say
masculine energy. You
something? Can I
balanced
say
it, right?
I have balance.
Yeah,
Like,
you
I
had your
mean-
masculine energy. You balanced off his feminine energy. Why don't you stay with him? Harmony, right?
Can I say something?
Harmony.
I don't think so.
Hold on.
That's not
You
that's
guys
not
missed
what I
that?
wanted.
So earlier, right, we said before on the show, girls want bigger and better for the most part, right? They find a guy, they like him, but then they say, you know what? He's not really what we want. I want him better than him. So you found a guy, you chose him, right? You said you choose him.
But
and
I
then-
haven't chosen nobody
No,
yet.
and
Okay.
then over time you said, okay, he's not masculine enough for me. I'm gonna move on. That's what you were saying earlier. Girls move on to find bigger and better.
I think
That's the whole point.
I think we are missing
I think
concepts
that too.
because
No, you guys are missing the concept.
No. In general, because what I'm saying, being a boss lady has nothing to do with being masculine and feminine.
Oh.
No, I think it does.
And let me say
Oh,
that
wow.
again. No. Because you either are feminine or you're not. No, there's nothing in the middle.
No, I
And-
think it is a balance.
No, because that's my personal
You want to be
opinion.
the boss of the house and the kitchen.
Exactly, because
Boss up in that
if
kitchen.
I want a masculine man, I must be feminine. And I cannot just be feminine when I got to decide I want to be feminine. Because for me, for example, I run a business, I have to work in an industry where there is a lot of men. And sometimes I know, I'm in Colombia, it's a machista culture. I don't know how to say machista. So some guys...
Same thing.
Sexist.
Okay.
Sexist.
So some guys, they don't want to deal with me. They be like, oh, and sometimes they even sabotage and they don't want to do the work on time. You know what I do? I can fight the system because they're already that way. I joined it. I call one of my friends, Andres, can you please call him and tell him to get this done? Andres call. Now the work is done. I don't even have to fight with anything. I don't get to decide when I'm feminine and when not. You are or you're not.
Sorry, why do you have Andres call that guy?
No,
Because he
I
wouldn't
think it
respect
is
you if you
never.
called him. I didn't understand that part. Why do you?
Yeah, she's saying that.
That's what you're saying?
Okay?
So you said I have to call Andres to tell
Just to
someone
keep
do
the
something.
conversation focused here, all I simply said is that women in general are fairly lazy. And then you said, well, women are independent and make their own work. That's fine, but what kind of jobs do women go into?
But
They
then
go into.
let me ask you a question.
Well, hold on. I didn't finish.
Okay.
I gotta say what. Respond to what you said.
Okay.
Because you say women are independent and go to work, etc. But what job sectors do women work in? They work in office jobs.
Okay.
They don't do hard work. They don't do
Okay,
hard manual labor.
as a civil
women work
engineer,
less
you're-
hours. They take
But
more
then-
vacation time. Like women are lazier than men.
Okay.
That's a fact.
Okay, but then what do you want? Do you want a woman that goes and work on the rooftop?
No, I'm not saying that.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is that since women, I'm not saying that. I'm saying since women are lazy,
Okay.
naturally they're lazy when it comes to creating resources. Listen, ladies, when it comes to creating resources, making money, building, they're lazy in that regard. The only time they're not lazy is with family creation. But what leads to a family? A man and children, right? But what type of man needs to get that? How are you going to get the best out of a woman? She has to respect and admire you, so you have to be the best guy. But
think so. I
when
agree.
women think that they're better than their guy, it doesn't
I don't
work.
like it. I agree.
That's my point. That's
I
what I'm
agree.
trying to say.
I
So
agree with
women need
that.
you have to get women to work. That's what I'm trying to say. Women need to compete for men so you get the best behavior out of the women. When women think that they have the options and they have the leverage, they become terrible people. That's my argument. I'm saying that the man needs to be in the leadership
I
role.
would say that the word that you use there is not lazy. It is
Yeah,
not
it's
the right
definitely
word.
not related. Like,
'Cause
You
it
guys
is
are
like
more
a-
concerned with the word?
What do you think, girls?
I mean,
My
like,
feelings.
When
Lazy.
I was
Lazy.
studying,
No.
when I was studying university, like there are not so many girls in engineering school, and there are like
Yeah.
3, 4 in a room or like 45 guys.
Yeah.
And like you see, like the girls were having like the best grades, and you know why? Because like they're okay. You might be right, but the girls are not really competitive sometimes. But when it's just 3 girls, you gotta show that you are really good, that you are really smart, way more than guys.
That's a minority, though.
And well, yeah, you're right.
Most women don't want to be engineers.
Well, but we are. There are some girls that want to be engineers.
Minority.
I have a lot of friends. that are
90% of engineers
And-
are men.
And also, when I work, okay, there was a building, 100 guys and 2 girls. And honestly, the others engineer barely work, like almost never work. Like my boss was asking me to go to 3 buildings in the same week because the guys were not working. they would just sign in and yeah, call the other guy, call the
Okay, so you
the
work harder than a few
practice-
guys, but that's you. But in general, men still overwhelm these positions. That doesn't change what I said.
Yeah, it does. But what I'm trying to say is
You
that
can't make an argument for an
girls,
exception to the rule.
what I was trying to say is that girls can be competitive, not just for guys and kids. They can be when they wanted to show that they're really good. That
You guys have to realize,
get
too,
But that's a
that-
minority of women.
But listen, in order to get love, sex, attention, long-term relationship, as a man, that's very directly tied to your ambition and how much money you make. For a woman, that don't matter at fucking all.
I do. It matters for me.
No. From a man's perspective,
Men don't care about how much money you make.
Yeah,
Men
I
choose
know
you
they
based on
don't.
you
That's
being
what he's saying.
Yeah,
feminine,
I know.
beautiful,
But you care a lot about how
agreeable.
much money a man makes.
Yeah, I do.
That's exactly what I said.
That's what he's
To
saying.
that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you had something? Yeah, go ahead.
So I don't really agree when you say that we're naturally lazy. I would
Okay.
say that was a position that society put us in. Like we aren't born like just to stay in the house and clean and do chores. That's just like the best option because there are not as much opportunities for you guys. So we study, we work. All of us, we study, we work.
What do you all major in? What do you major in?
Vet.
You,
Vet.
realtor.
Business.
Interior design.
Communication, logistics.
Business.
International business.
Lawyer.
In the law. Oh, not one laborious job here except for the one engineer here.
What do you mean laborious? I mean,
Like working with your hands, like lifting.
No. Hold on. Did y'all see what? Hold on. I just got you. She said, oh, it's because society sets us up this way, so we're just this way. But hold on, all of you picked your majors, right?
Yeah.
All of you picked what you went to school for, right?
No.
You picked, yeah. But women still pick what they go to school
You're right,
for.
and I hate it.
And women pick what they go into career fields for, and when they pick the career fields, it's never anything that's in science, technology, engineering, and math. It's typically something like marketing, something with air conditioning in an office, etc.
Yeah, como you're saying
No,
like.
because she's making the argument. You're saying women are naturally lazy, and I'm like, yeah, they are. And she's like, well, society put on us, and I'm like, okay, does society tell you to go major in a bunch of jobs?
But you using a
that put you
new
inside?
argument, like
years,
so
you know, naturally.
developed right now. In what century we are, like 21. So if you say como right now you choose, yes, of course, what you want. We're saying home and do what men's want.
No, there's buildings that still need to be built. Women aren't doing it.
No,
Bridges need to be built, but women don't do it.
Use them girls
you
on the
want, you
internet
want a
for a
girl to
living.
do it?
No,
I'm not
but
saying that.
that
I'm just saying
lazy?
that women make choices.
Yes, we do.
Right?
Yeah.
But you can't sit there and get mad and say, oh, well, society put this on us. No, women choose these things.
it's
Women
not-
go to college more than men.
But what
now.
And
makes it
nowadays, you have
lazy?
all the options to go to find a different career, but you still choose the same things. We're just saying, look, over a period of time, if that was the same thing that you're saying, you would choose better jobs.
And women
because
pick the
you want better
bullshit
jobs.
majors,
How's that
the
being
nice
lazy?
sub
What
jobs,
makes it
because they're lazy.
Like,
how's
that being lazy?
Lazy, you know? It's because
no.
okay.
How we're gonna be taking? ¿Cómo se dice?
Look,
So
I
you
just hear
want us, like, to-
excuses. That's all I hear.
No, but
you're
like
saying-
basically we're not as strong as you guys are, so it makes sense.
Okay, that's why you're lazy, because you're weak.
No, but
all right, you were gonna
it's
say something?
not like that. It's not that girls.
Like, yo, it's the facts.
Yes, we're weak, but you guys
it's not
are
that
nothing
girls
without
pick,
us
like
neither.
lazy jobs. It's okay. This might sound weird, but this is about evolution, you know.
Abilities.
Okay, girls like over the years is like they're better with talking and having different thoughts at the same way. So girls are almost better with
We're not disagreeing with
communication
that.
careers.
Look. We're
So
just
that's the
saying.
reason why they don't pick engineering.
I get it. Yeah, I know what you're saying. You're like, oh, it's evolution. This is why women do this. That's cool. I get it. But that does not change my stance
I wanna know-
that women are lazy
You know
by
why not?
evolution.
No,
Why
I wanna
makes
say
it
this.
lazy?
I want to say something else. I want to say
Y'all
something
don't like the
else.
term lazy, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you
let
why
her
we are
finish because she was
lazy.
trying to say,
Let
and
me
then
try
and
to
then
talk
her, and
for
then
a
what
we'll go.
about being a lawyer is lazy?
Huh?
What about being a lawyer is lazy?
That's
or
cool.
being a business woman? What is lazy
What
about
are,
that?
What are all the top lawyers and businessmen?
What do you do for
They're
your
men.
life?
They're not women.
I'm a woman.
They're men.
I do business with Americans here.
Yeah, that's cool. But
Do you build buildings as well?
like
Oh, you just.
men, here's the thing. All the career fields, men are better than women at everything. Like that's what I'm trying to say. Like they're better than women. Even though women go into these job fields, the men still outperform them.
But-
Why?
Look,
But
in
that is
evolution,
great. It's
who
just-
decided that we had to
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. You
is it
said why. Why do
lazy?
the men outperform? Because if a woman wants to go out and meet an amazing guy and have love, romance, experience sex, she doesn't have to work that hard. Her ability to get that mate is not directly tied to her income. For a man, it is. Therefore, men work harder
Women don't have
to
to be
achieve that
successful.
status and that income
But we don't.
to
You're
get the
not
best
successful
possible
for
mate.
you. You're not successful
hold on.
for
Who's
you.
going to work harder? Someone that wants to be successful or someone that needs to be successful?
Yeah.
Why?
Women,
no.
hot girls
Everybody,
don't
hold on.
fuck broke men.
Everybody be quiet for 2 seconds. Think. I know
I
you're
want
females.
to be successful
Stop.
in my field. I
Hold
want
on.
to be successful
Hold on.
in engineer.
Hold on.
I want to be
Let
a
him talk. Yo,
vector
ladies,
writer,
ladies,
you know?
silence.
Hold on.
Silence,
I need
silence.
you guys to really
Who
think about
decided
this.
Yo,
the
let him talk.
women
Let him
have-
talk.
Stop.
Shh. Girls, let him talk.
Stop. Get out of your feelings for 2 seconds. Ask yourself a real question here, okay? Take your emotions out of this. Who's going to work harder for something? Someone that needs to be successful or someone that simply wants to be successful?
Someone that needs.
Thank you.
Men
That is
need
why
to be
men
successful
are
or
more
you don't get
successful. They
fucked.
need to do it. For women, they don't have
Hot
to.
women do not fuck
Why?
broke men.
Why are you saying that
whereas-
we don't have to work? Like
What?
we don't need to work. We need to work. Like, are you just saying that we're like strictly going to find a guy that is going to provide us forever?
A lot of girls
not
That's what you all
A lot
want.
of girls
That's what
can.
you all want.
But it's,
lot of girls
not
want
a
all
guy who
women
earns
get
more
that.
than you and can protect and
There's a
provide
lot
for
of
you.
guys here in Colombia. They are still thinking that women need to pay half everything.
That's fine. But the
And
point is,
what?
at least you have
Yes,
the
but
You
privilege.
mean on a date? You mean on a date?
Everything on the house.
No date with a pretty girl in Medellin has ever ended with them paying 50-50. Are you out of
That's
your
not
That's
mind?
it, because you're American. That's why they love
You're
you.
American.
That's why they love
No,
you.
Look,
no.
look.
That
Hold
guy's
on,
not getting no
Casey,
sure.
that-
Casey,
Dates have ended like that, and that was the last date.
Casey, check this out. This is how you know privilege is invisible to those that have it. She's complaining about going half and half. Men, typically, half and half is the
I'm
bare-
not complaining
is the-
about
is the
going half
worst.
and half. I'm saying that you need to work if, like, I want to be able to pay that half.
I get that.
I
but
don't like to
at
pay that
least you
half.
have the privilege where you can go on a date
I like to
potentially
provide
and someone
when I
will pay
want.
for it.
Can I
That's not going to happen
I
to
mean,
us.
I would prefer if it pays
So many
everything.
girls just
but
go
if
out
I
to a
have-
date just to eat for free.
You had something? Go ahead.
True.
That's not
No one's
right.
taking me to El Cielo? Are you taking me to El Cielo?
Like, you actually have a point. You
I
actually
love you,
have
I
a point.
will- I will.
And like, it's because men, like, throughout time, they have always been like pressured by other people, like, and they need to have certain stuff. And that's true, and you have a point with it. But also, and I got stuck on with the lazy thing, with the jobs.
Yeah, your feelings.
With the with the job thing. Okay. So me, like, I'm studying to be a vet, and I already stuck my whole arm into a cow's asshole.
That's not being lazy.
And everything, like, I have
People
to
here fuck
walk,
donkeys, by the way.
I have to go through mud. I have to do a lot of stuff, and that is not easy at all.
Okay.
And what about the women that are in the army? What about the women that are nurses that study to be a
Police.
nurse or a doctor?
Yeah,
you know,
everything.
that is a
Exceptions.
really difficult work. So
Not
That's
Except-
cool. That's
we
cool.
don't
But you have to
have
ask
to-
yourself,
about
what's the
nurses being
majority
an
of the jobs that you just listed a lot of time? Are a lot of women are most women going to do what you're saying that you're doing? Where I'm working hard, I want to be a vet.
like, I mentioned more jobs than you did. You only mentioned building.
Buildings.
Yeah.
Yeah. When it comes to like infrastructure, hard jobs, men dominate that
Yeah. Okay.
because
And-
men work harder than women
Yo.
because women are lazy.
Yeah. No.
What makes the other jobs
How many
lazy?
girls in here want to put their hand in a cow's butt? Raise
I
your
will
hand.
do it.
Do you want to do it?
I have
Thank
done
you.
it. I have
Thank
done
you.
it.
Do you wanna
I have
do
done
it?
Only three
I
of
have
you.
done it.
You-
But I
what
have
the
done
hell?
it. Yes.
That was really random.
What's the problem with that? Like.
No, it's fine. We're just saying.
No, but she ain't a vet though. She ain't trying to be a vet.
Oh no. Oh no. Sorry.
Oh.
Oh yeah, now,
misunderstood
no
that.
English now.
No.
Sorry.
No comprende.
It's not that men are not
All right,
lazy.
because Casey had another question, and we got to hit chats
Some
too.
chats,
So I'll.
Yeah, let's do super chats, and
chats and a
we'll do the
question.
question.
Okay, and then question. All right, I'll let the girls get their last thoughts in before I go to the chat. Someone had something.
I was going to say
Yeah,
something.
go ahead, and then you had something, and then you had something. All right, go
About the
ahead.
feminine and masculine energy. I have had multiple boyfriends, and I know that friends have where their feminine energy, like,
This is a new topic.
okay,
We'll
so
get
I
it.
live it
Okay.
aside.
Someone had
Okay.
anything on the thing that we were just talking about women being lazy?
Again, me.
Okay.
You know, I get where you're coming from when you say women are lazy.
Yeah.
But it's,
In general,
as you
yeah.
say, it's the evolution. Like, who decided the women in the Victorian era had to stay in the couch and do nothing because they were so beautiful for so many years? Like, you're so beautiful, you have to do nothing.
Okay.
Stay at home and I'm going to work.
So you're blaming
my lady.
evolution, okay.
I'm saying
Cool.
that it's been like this and it's
Okay.
changing. But yes, women has been lazy because women they didn't before. I'm not saying like now. You're not lazy.
And
I
it's
get
also
it.
like-
You're not lazy.
I mean,
but
I've hired people to construct, and it's not because
Men
that,
decided.
What was that you said?
I've hired
Okay.
people to do construction,
Uh-huh.
and it's not that you pick a guy because he works more, because he's naturally stronger than a girl. He's gonna
True.
pick the bricks, He needs to be strong, but also, when you do like the bathroom, like the finishing shit, you only hire girls because they're clean. They do a really good job.
Detail.
So it's different. It's different.
Well, who
It's
built the
different.
bathroom though?
Huh?
Who built the bathroom though? Who did the hard work?
I'm talking about
keeps the bathroom
details.
dirty?
Who comes in and decorates after the fact? Come on, man.
Yeah,
All
but
right.
what I'm saying is that we don't pick them because they are less lazy. We pick them because they're stronger. That's it.
Bro.
Your
Okay.
question again doesn't make sense.
Some chats,
All
man.
right.
Yeah.
What were you saying? You said something doesn't make sense. What doesn't make sense?
Your
What?
question. The pressure point of energetics is different.
Oh, here we go.
Bro.
Same story. Question doesn't make sense again.
Abilities, and that's
Whatever
it.
whatever has to do with strength, you're gonna be better at always. Sports, even transgender people, like those ladies that are people
Yes.
that are trying
and
to.
as a byproduct of men being stronger, it has made women lazy. Period.
No, because we
Stronger
apply
how?
the pressure
Do you cook?
differently.
I have a question.
Do you cook?
I just want to say this is not typical Colombian girl, just so you guys know.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right, let me read the chats real quick. Actually, you got them fresh? You have them ready?
Well, a lot of them disappeared, but we got these here.
Okay, so I'm gonna read some of these chats that came through from before, guys. And we got 11,000 y'all watching. Difference